Patti Smith. From the moment that she burst onto the music scene with her 1975 debut album, Horses, Patti has been the embodiment of counterculture, a forceful rejection of the status quo, a much-needed female voice in a male-dominated movement. And whether through her singing, her songwriting, her poetry, her painting, her prose, or even her iconic style, Patti Smith is the living embodiment of how art can be a superpower to spark change. Yes, Patti Smith is a superhero, and rock and roll is her primary weapon of choice. She has vanquished gender barriers, fought censorship of artists and lyrics deemed unsavory for decent ears to hear, and has tirelessly rallied for civil rights and LGBTQIA+ rights long before that acronym existed. When the Bush administration began their illegal war in Iraq, Patti spoke out early, loudly, and fearlessly, famously calling then President unfit to be the ruler of a free people. Come on. But for Patti, politics is irrelevant. All of my activism is an extension of common sense, she said. It's obviously the right thing to do to fight for civil rights. It's not a matter of consideration or taste. Climate change, war, they really affect all people. So much of my efforts, so-called politically, have been toward the greater good. No other musician has done more to carve a place in society for misfits of every stripe. She has written songs of protest about war and human rights violations. She has advocated for democratic values throughout the globe. She has stood up to world superpowers. And her music has inspired generations of musicians to pick up instruments and form bands, and millions of citizens to take to the streets and fight against every injustice the world has to offer. Recently, Patti has become a leading voice for environmental causes, recognizing that every liberty we have is threatened when the very air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, and the ground that we are walking on are all threatened. A 2007 inductee into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a 2021 inductee into the Grammy Hall of Fame, a New York Times best-selling author, and a recipient of a National Book Award for nonfiction, Patti has been recognized around the world for her art and also for her activism, and tonight it is our turn. Patti, I found a quote online attributed to you. All I've ever wanted since I was a child was to do something wonderful. Patti Smith, the word wonderful doesn't even begin to cover all that you have accomplished. For a lifetime of activism and outspoken badassery, the NYCLU is thrilled to honor you. Please welcome Patti Smith.
She forgot mother.
Thank you everyone. Thank you, Busy. And I really quite overwhelmed. I never expected this, and when I was asked to come and accept it, I even told them I wasn't certain that I was worthy of it. I really had to search myself, because I have been an artist my whole life, but I know what real activism is. I know that people all over the world are risking their lives as the American Civil Liberties Union, the New York Civil Liberties Union do, to defend and preserve our constitutional rights. There are people all over the world fighting for theirs. And looking at this, I can't help thinking of all the young people and the women in Iran risking their lives to simply as one woman put it, one young woman, to feel the wind in their hair, to die for that privilege. And as an artist, I pledged myself to art. As a young person, that wasn't so difficult, but pledging one's life also to activism is one of the hardest things, because there are obstacles upon obstacles, and one has to be ready not to win, but to lose, and keep getting up, standing up, trying again, fighting again, and speaking again. And I'm so grateful to be thought of as a person that can be counted as one of these people. Sorry, I sound so... I don't think of this accolade as being a summation, but an encouragement to do better, to do more. And I promise you I'll do my best. But in 1986, my late husband, Fred Sonic Smith, and I wrote the song that was playing when I crossed the stage. And when we wrote that, we had two goals in mind in terms of the lyrics. One was to honor the individual and the individual's efforts and the individual's worthiness, but even more, the individual, an artist can incite and inspire and rally the people, but it's the people that make the great difference. The people that go out into the streets, the people that vote, the people that volunteer. And so, yes, we acknowledge the power of the individual, but embrace the idea of the community, the global community of people that work together to make change. And as it's said of the Civil Liberties Union, to defend and preserve. I love their motto. I think it's awesome. So, thank you, and a little song for you now.
Yeah.
Bright and fair, and my aspects became suspect and bending low as if to hear, and the armies ceased advancing because the people had their ear, and the shepherds and the soldiers, where they lay beneath the stars, exchanging visions, laying arms to waste in the dust, in the form of shining valleys, where the pure air rarefied, and my senses newly opened, 'cause I awakened to the cry. Alright, people have the power.
You people have the power.
People
Have the power. People have the power.
in deserts,
I
saw fountains, and
and
like cream, the waters rise, and we strolled there together, with none to laugh or criticize. Well, and the leopard and the lamb had lay together, were truly bound. Well, I was hoping, in my hoping, to recall what I had found. I was dreaming, in my dreaming, God knows, a pure view. As I surrender into my sleeping, I commit my dream to you.
yeah.
People have the power to dream.